Welcome back, everybody, and today what we're going to be doing is a review over the Palmetto State Armory. It's a pistol that I built through them. It's an 8-inch Marauder, and the Marauder, what it is it's a pistol with the blast deflector at the front of it. This blast deflector, what it does is it keeps all the sound and the trash that's coming out with that bullet, with the projectile, going forward. So unlike the flash hiders and your compensators, they don't spit a lot of that sound out sideways or diagonally from you. They send it all forward. Like I said, I had built this one. This one, you can't buy this gun. You have to buy it separately and pieced it. We got a sight mark on here. Very nice. I like it. It's got 4 different reticles, 2 different colors. We put a flashlight, the front of this bad boy, and an angled foregrip. The lower receiver and the pistol brace, it all came assembled as one piece. I spent, if I'm not mistaken, real close to, if not over, $300 to get it shipped to me. To my FFL dealer, and then I went and picked it up from him. The upper by itself was $200, and it came with no charge handle and no bolt carrier group, so I had to buy those separately also. Overall, the way this is now, this is probably close to $700 as is now. You also have to keep in mind that this isn't a cheap old red dot. It's actually, I think I spent $107 on it. I got a deal because I got 2, one for me and one for my buddy. And so overall, it rattles a little bit, but it's not bad. I'm not complaining about it. I'm just informing you. We did the review on it already. I was not happy with Palmetto State Armory. I'm not happy with them at all. You're going to hear more about this story as you start watching the rest of the video. It's not a very fun video. It's more informative as to what she will do as far as the type of ammunition, and the type of ammunition, right? So y'all watch the video and let me know what y'all think. If y'all have any questions or any comments, positive comments, you little shits, leave them in the comment box, and if not, then just keep to yourself. Alright, y'all have a good one, and I'll talk to y'all guys later. Oh, one more thing before I let you go. The next video, stay tuned. We have an AK chambered in 9mm, and that thing is fun. I'm fixing to go ahead and start editing and chopping up the video so I can get y'all something. We also have on the way a 458 SOCOM. This is one bad mamma jamma. It's really nice. It's gonna be really nice, right? I bought the upper, and it is a, what do they call that? A non-reciprocating upper. So on most ARs, you have a charge handle to the back of them, right? This one doesn't. It's a size charger. So it's got a little bar here, and you pull it back and rack the first round in. You know, the buffer weight and spring assist to keeping it forward. But once you rack the first one, inertia and the bolt carrier group just sends it back, so it racks the next one every time. So there's no charge handle on it, which I thought was very convenient, because I don't know if you noticed this one, it's actually really close. And I probably should move the sight, but I've also had these small issues with Palmetto State Armory. I'm not sure I'm going to keep this upper. The lower I will. It's got a beautiful trigger on it, and I really like the arm brace. But the upper receiver, I'm not going to say it's going to go to the garbage, because it's not. If I can find a buyer for it, I will sell it. But I'm probably going to go with another company called SLR Works. Hold on, let me look real quick. Yes, that is correct. They are making a gas tube currently for my Draco. It's a newer model Draco, so the piston rod is actually bigger than the old style that they had. And, well, the Romanians, it's their gun. They don't have to tell anybody that they're changing anything to it. So they went ahead and changed it. They beefed it up. And when they beefed it up, the old style gas tubes don't fit it. It gets lodged in there real tight and it won't fully go in a battery. So they are building me one. I bought a handguard. Very, very nice. Very high quality. I'm really liking it, but I can't install it until I get the gas tube for it. So they're working on that for me. Once I get that in, if it runs good, if it runs smoothly, I'm definitely going to spend and cash out the extra money to get one of their 8-inch upper receivers. And I know, looking through a lot of other people's ARs and whatnot, everybody's like, oh yeah, you know, the nickel boron bolt carrier group, you know, that's the fanciest thing you can get. No. These guys went above and beyond a nickel boron bolt carrier group. They have a titanium bolt carrier group, and that thing looks sweet. And I will ditch out the extra money to get that bad boy. It is so nice. But let me do with them. I think they said that they should have my gas tube ready by next month. We are at the end of December now. So I will definitely, we've got more stuff coming up. Definitely have more stuff. I apologize that I haven't been able to upload any videos here recently, primarily because it was towards the end of the year, and the company that I work for is hell-bent on getting everything done and advancing into next year. And so we're far advanced into next year's line of work, but they also, you know, towards the end of it, they're like, y'all are going to have to work 7 days a week, 12-hour shifts, blah, blah, blah. It's done and over with. The new year, it's supposed to be a little bit slower, so I'll definitely have a little more time to upload more videos. I hope y'all enjoy it. Y'all watch the video. Alright, so I got a magazine loaded up. It's American Eagle 150 grain, and these are the first few rounds. I'm going to try and get this scope sighted in, and then what we'll do is we will try out some subsonic loads and some supersonic loads and see how much difference there is from hitting it at zero. Safe. We might need to get a bigger target because even at 25 yards, I'm not hitting anything, and I can't see from hitting high or low. I think I'm hitting high. Zanga. I am hitting high. So, I'm not getting an accurate excuse me, diagnosis, so what are we gonna do? Get a bigger target and get it a little bit closer. So we moved one to about 18 yards, and I got a bigger target on it so I can see if she's going up or down. A lot of these reticles, they're different. So most of the time, you know, left to right's understandable. You need to move it left, you need to move it right. The problem is the up or down. Some of them are designed for up means that the reticle is going up, and others, up means that you're moving your target up. So I haven't figured this one out. Let's see. She's firing. Really nice. Trigger is super clean. I like it because it's not a lot of give to it. Right, she's hitting pretty close to center. She is shooting a little to the right, so we moved the reticle to the left 4 clicks. The stock is way nicer than the shock blade. It's got more area to disperse the energy on your shoulder. So instead of running just a straight line of hard plastic, it's got a wider range of area to put more pressure on your shoulder, and it's a lot easier. I'm really liking it. As a matter of fact, if I do end up getting any more AR pistols, which I don't think I will, I think it's going to be my last one, but I'm definitely going to go with the more expensive arm brace, primarily because of that reason in itself. See, that's what I was talking about. So we moved the reticle to the left to bring it in closer to the center of our target, and it actually took it out further the opposite direction. So we readjusted, gave it the exact opposite clicks going into the right direction. So let's see what it does. So the groupings on this are actually pretty dang tight. I'm liking it. Excuse me. We didn't make it quite to the center, but we are inching closer there. So we gave it another 8 clicks to the right, and I believe she should be on target now. Alright, so I don't know what's going on with this sight, but moving it to the right is now moving it to the right, and we are trying to go to the left to get center mass. So I don't know, doesn't make any sense. I gave it 12 clicks to the left, and now since I've got a bunch of bullet holes in my target center mass to the right of it, I'm gonna shoot for the head. That way I get a better diagnosis of where my bullets are flying. Now she's on paper. So for some reason, when I first adjusted it, she wanted to move the opposite direction she should be moving, but now it seems like we are getting a little closer, which is brand new, so it might need some double adjusting. I don't know. Alright, here we go. I guess I should have read the book to determine what my minute of angle was on the adjustment. I moved her 8 clicks and she moved in probably about an inch. So that'd make it half a click MOA. Let me get it more adjusted. Dude, I can literally see all the leaves in front of where I'm standing just after every shot, man. That's freaking awesome. Alright, I believe we are on target. Alright, so this is what we're going to do. I've got her hitting pretty close to where I want her hitting. We are going to shoot American Eagle 150 grain first, and we're at 26 yards. I'm going to see what kind of group she gets at 26 yards with 3 shots. I'm going to turn around and run some, I think it's 208 grain, 220 grain subsonics, and see, without making any adjustments, see what the grouping is from there at 25 yards. And then we're going to run some open tip flat bottoms, some supersonics, and see, you know, if it goes up, down, or if it stays right about at the same. And each time what I'll be doing is putting up a new target, because they are fairly small. I think they're 8-inch high-vis target. So that's what we're going to do. Let's shoot the first 3 rounds. I'm going to use the table just as an armrest or an elbow rest, so I can get maybe a little more accurate. Three solid hits. Alright, so I got the new target set up. These are also open tip flat bottom, but they're subsonics. And I had them and some supersonics from the same company, Remington, rolling around in the bottom of my ammo can. And you're probably thinking, well, how do you know which is which? Because the back of them, they're stamped the same. The front of them looks the same. They're open tip. So what I did was I broke out the scale. And the subsonics come in at 220 for the Remington. And the supersonics are, I want to say they were 115. No, it was less than that. It was like 105. Anyway, they weighed in less on the scale when I weighed them, so that's how I know that those are not subsonics. Because the subsonics, the capsule is going to be heavier than a supersonic or your standard load. So, got a new target set up. Let's hit this beast and see where she hits. Yeah, I can tell also in the buffer spring, it's definitely not as hard as the standard load. Ooh, have a slight malfunction. So apparently she wasn't able to cycle. I don't know if maybe, like I said, I felt that buffer spring much weaker. I'm thinking maybe it didn't retract it, the bolt carrier group, far enough to grab another live round. See if it happens again. Yep. So apparently the PSA, the Palmetto State Armory 7-inch Marauder, cannot shoot subsonic loads. See, it's empty, nothing. How disappointing. I was going to put the suppressor on this one because of how short it was. Can't even run. We're going to have to do some adjustments probably to the buffer tube spring. Come on, PSA. What's the matter with you guys? You want to check to see if you loaded another one? Or did you see it? Huh? Dead trigger. Did not load. So, at the factory, she will not shoot subsonics. Functionally. She'll shoot them, not going to reload them. Not gonna cycle. Let's go see the target and see what our differences are. Alright, we're set back up in the new target. We're running the same brand of ammo. The only thing is these are supersonics. Running a much lighter capsule, and I'm assuming a little more grain, gunpowder wise. But so we saw in the last one that the subsonics do not run, primarily because it is not pushing the buffer spring back far enough for the bulk carrier group to grab the next round. So it's leaving an empty chamber. It's not fully retracting it, which we can fix that with getting a lighter buffer spring in there, but it's also going to change my ejection patterns. And what I'm noticing is from where I'm standing at right now, it is shooting almost to a 6 o'clock position, which is telling me that it is, I don't know, it should be coming straight out towards you guys, straight to the camera, but it's not. So I might we're gonna have to do some adjustments to it, right? But as far as I can tell right now, it shoots the standard loads, and we're fixing to find out if it shoots the higher loads, the supersonics. They are on fire. I believe I have one chambered. See how it has no issue loading, grabbing the next round. Which I also have some different grain subsonics. I have them ranging from 220 all the way down to 208 if I'm not mistaken on a subsonic load. I really wish I would have brought some of those out here to try them out so you guys could see if maybe it was just that certain grain, grain load that it's got wasn't actually pushing the buffer spring back far enough, or if it was just the fact that it's a subsonic, right? So, alright, let's go see the grouping on this one. Alright, so we got the part 2, whole nother day. What didn't function through the pistol was the Remington. It is a 220 grain open tip flat bottom subsonic. We have run more rounds through the pistol, so I mean I seriously doubt that just too much tension on the buffer tube and spring. I ran into my buddy Kyle, and he was like, well, instead of trying to figure out buffer weights and springs, why don't you try getting an adjustable gas block? I was like, yeah, that's a pretty good idea. Actually, a really good idea. So we were going to go that route, and then he also made mention to me, well, if you're going to run a can on it, wait till you get the can, because that can does give a lot of back pressure, and that back pressure will help that spring and that buffer weight go retract all the way like it should. And I was like, that's a pretty good idea. But for now, if I want to run subsonics, let's go with the adjustable gas block. So I emailed Palmetto State Armory, and these tools pretty much told me that, hey, it's your pistol now, so it's your problem. All I wanted to know was the inside diameter of the gas tube, the gas block, so that I can order the correct one instead of having to try and guess before I take it off. So was not happy about that. I felt like, they could have done a little bit better than tell me it's your problem now, which they gave me technical terms about proprietary, something, I don't know, some fancy legal mumbo jumbo. But so this is the second Palmetto State Armory lower that I purchased, already assembled, and I'm noticing, y'all see the bulk carrier group is locked into position. Well, it worked that time. I had an issue with it and have issue with another one, but it's working, so no big deal. So let's try to see if the Remington UMC, if this stuff actually fires to it. It didn't last time. Try it again. I've got a bunch of different other weights. We're going to try this one first. Negative. So it ejects the cartridge, but it will not cycle. Let's try another one. Okay, guys. Up next, we have the MagTech Subsonics. These are 200 grain. So let's see. She fed 2 of the 3. That's an improvement, but as you see, it is an empty chamber. Alright, let's try another subsonic. Alright, so this one is the Hornady black label. It's a 208 grain subsonic. And so we've got 3 of these. I actually haven't used these at all in anything. But we've got 3 of them, and let's see if that'll cycle. You gotta try this one out on a water bottle. No, dead trigger. Empty. So I believe I've got one more subsonic weight class that we're gonna try out. Let me get her loaded up. Alright, so last but not least, we have the glow tip Nebeskis. These are in a 220, which is the same as the UMC, the open tip flat bottoms. Okay, so it does sit in there. I just got to put a little effort into it. And usually slapping it does the trick, but I slapped it earlier and then turned around and it fell right out, so I'm pretty sure these aren't going to work either because of the weight of them, but I mean, I don't know. They might have a higher charge in them. Let's find out. That didn't even seem like it. Oh, shit. So check that out. We got a failure to load. But it did grab it. Let me find out. This gun only likes the most expensive freaking ammo in the world. Nah, it's not that expensive, but for a 300 blackout, like a box of these glow tips, I think everybody else pays like $60 for them for a box, for one box. And I got these at a real good deal. But, I mean, there's nothing special about them. You have to literally charge them with light in order for you to see them. I don't know about you, but I'm not, like, gonna charge my bullets up before I shoot an intruder, you know what I mean? Like, it's gonna be a get it and shit it. Alright, so we load another one back in there. Let's see if it'll cycle into the second one. It seemed like it wanted to. It was pretty close. Oh! Yes, she did. I only put 2. I only had 3 in there, so we shot the first one and then the second one. So then after that, I've got some full charged Hornady open tip. So if I keep running it, it's not going to be an accurate diagnosis if she'll run them. Let's put 3 more in. Hold on, let me load the mag. Alright, so I think I got 4 loaded in there. Yeah, the magazine's actually pretty full, and my dumb butt forgot to bring another, the spare mags. I only brought this one. Didn't even load one. What the? Interesting. I may be having more of a mag issue than. We're gonna take that 4th one out. Which honestly, that 4th one should have been 30, but I could have been mistaken. We might have been able to squeeze 31 in there. So, 3, 3. Alright, so we got 3 in there. Let's go to town. So that's a negative, Ghost Rider. Should will only run 2. Oh no, that just doesn't make any sense that it'll load 1 but not the other one. I'm going to go ahead and post this video for you guys so you can check it out and give you your opinion on it. I'm assuming that it might be a mag issue. We might try another P-mag because I have a Mission First Tactical mag also for the 300 blackout. So if you ever wonder why there's red tape on these is so I don't confuse my 5.56 and my 300 blackouts. Which obviously, if you're at the range, it shouldn't be an issue. But it's more of a home protection issue. If I'm at the house, the last thing I want to do, at 3 in the morning when someone's kicked my front door in, is grab the wrong mag and load it into an AR. That would be awful. So to avoid that, I always know, hey, red is 300 blackout. The other mags that I've got for the 223 and the 5.56, I just don't put any tape on them, and I know, hey, that'll run through this or not. So that's what I got. Yeah, we're going to figure out the issue to this, and then when I have a solution, we will upload another video on the fix.